Morning folks, welcome to another trip vlog. It's been a while since I've done something international. In fact, it's been about, when's the end of May? Yeah, 2 years and something like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. The last time I was out of the UK was in February 2020, and then of course the world events happened, but things are finally getting back towards normality, and I'm going on a cruise again. Not a Disney cruise this time. I needed to get something in that was a bit more affordable just to make sure I could do something, so I'm going with P&O Cruises this time on the Ventura. We've got 4 nights on the way to Amsterdam, so there'll be 1 night sailing. We'll get into Amsterdam the following afternoon. We spend a night there, sail off late the following day, then we have a day at sea, and then overnight back to Southampton in the morning. So right now I'm still in London. It's 5:57, and I'm about to head out and go and head off to get a train down to Southampton. And if you're wondering why I'm so early, I booked the train before I knew embarkation time, and obviously it's better to err on the side of early than late. So yeah, I will be in Southampton at like 9 in the morning, and my embarkation time is 2:45. So there'll be some time to go, but we have a strategy for that, so we'll see that when we get there. But yeah, I'm just finishing off a Red Bull because not nearly enough sleep, and then I will head out and get going on back at sea.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On board on this operator service to Weymouth. We'll be coming out to Woking, Basingstoke, Winchester, Eastleigh, Southampton, Byways, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst, Bournemouth, Branksome, Box and Poole, Hamworthy, Wareham, Dorchester South, and Weymouth, where we did arrive at 10:23. Safety information is plain on coaches. If you see anything or anything suspicious, please contact me or another bridge staff. Can't be getting any details about 5 if you need family assistance. First class crew telegrams from 5 and 10. This is for first class ticket holders only. Flight coaches with telegrams from 5 and 10. Please keep noise to mirror the series. This is for the cockpit fellow passengers. After making our way through the train, any questions to ask the jury, please know this thing. Like I said before, next up on the service will be Woking. Thank you.
Next station is Woking.
Southampton. You might notice I'm inside instead of out in the world. Basically, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going into Southampton quite early because I booked my train before I knew the embarkation time, because I wanted to make sure I had it. And I went early in the day because, well, I didn't really think I would be anywhere near 9 a.m, which is when my train got in, that my embarkation would happen, especially because I'm on a cheap fare. Obviously, better to err on the side of early than late, because it gives you some buffer, which is always good in case something goes wrong. You need to get on a different train or something because it's cancelled, or any number of things like that. And also, of course, you can be, because I was booking it before knowing the time, you can be early, but you can't be late. So it was the safest option to go for. But it meant because my embarkation turned out to be check-in from 2:45. Obviously, that left me with like nearly 6 hours to get on Southampton. I was thinking, wander around, but yesterday the weather was not looking too hot in Southampton for the times when I would have been doing that. And so I decided to do something that I had considered earlier. And I got a day room. So I'm in the Jurys Inn here in Southampton. I've got a room from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Obviously I'll be gone well before 5 p.m. But I got in about 9:40ish. The room wasn't quite ready when I got here, but I was only waiting a few minutes downstairs, and now I've got a comfortable space to spend a few hours. Day rate for the room, made the reservation yesterday, £50, just paid it downstairs straight away, boom, and we're good. So for the next few hours I've got a comfortable space to base myself, chill out, do any last minute preparations. I picked up some printing, so I'll add that to my stack of documents. Put the cruise company tag on my suitcase because I didn't put it on there yet, for two reasons. One, I'm not super confident I did it right. The folding instructions, I followed them, but the result doesn't seem right to me, and I can't find any image of like how it's supposed to look. So second guessing myself on that one. But I'll stick it on if they don't like it. I've got 2 spares, so I'll just do it again. I did bring the tape with me, so I can just put it on now and make another one later if I have to. But yeah, I'll do that. Might rearrange the contents of my backpack because I just packed it for the trip here. I'll change the order of everything so that the things I need going into the cruise are more accessible. But yeah, this seems like a fairly civilized way to do it, I think. I did at one point consider coming to Southampton yesterday, so I would have had a hotel room overnight. But that wouldn't actually have solved this particular problem, because obviously I would have had to check out by like 10 or 11, so I still would have had nowhere to sort of be if it had started raining or something. What I probably would have done, obviously, whether I would have had the hotel or hadn't booked this one, was, in the event of rain, go and find a shopping mall or a pub or something. But I quite like this. I get to see a nice hotel room. It's private. Got a TV, got a bed, got a chair, a nice comfy chair to sit in. It's relaxed way of doing it. The port's not far from here, so it should be all good. So yeah, relaxing start to the trip. And here comes the rain. So yeah, definitely wasn't a bad idea to go with the day room rather than trying to wander around in this I don't know if it's quite a downpour, but it looks like it's heading that way. So yes, I'm feeling good about this. It seems like that's my phone digging to tell me it's raining. This seems like a very civilized way to deal with this problem. Alright. It's about 5 to 2. We've got some sunshine. We've got about a half-hour walk to the Mayflower Cruise Terminal. I think we have a little window here to get there without getting soaked. So I'm going to put my shoes on and head downstairs to check out and head to the cruise terminal to show them this wad of documentation necessary to get on the ship, and then hopefully in about just under an hour's time I'll be checked in and able to get on board, maybe soonish. I don't know how long after the check-in it will be, but hopefully I can just check in and then get on board, but the procedure is very different with the post-COVID and everything, so I don't really know, and it was different on P&O from my past experiences anyway, so we'll see. I'll get my shoes on and make a move.
Ah, there it is. You're hearing a lot of wind noise, so I won't keep this up long. But I've walked from the hotel to the Mayflower Cruise Terminal, and there, behind it, is the MV Ventura, with some of the guests already on board. So now I need to get into the terminal, check in, and join them.
Okay, good news. I'm on board. Everything's fine. Cleared through the check-in, and I'm in my cabin, muster station, all done. The safety announcement's on the TV at the moment because they're doing the muster station a little bit differently. Post-COVID, you go to the muster station when you get on board. They scan your boarding pass to check you in. And there's going to be, I think they're going to play the safety message over the general announcement at some point as well. But it's also playing on the TV when you get in, so you can watch it and get all the information. But I'm in. I'm on the ship. I am on board the MV Ventura. And this is my room. This is R204, a standard inside cabin on deck 14. Forward. So we are let's have a look here. The Riviera deck here, and we are here. So it's telling us for our muster station we go down there, along there and down, but that's where we are. Right towards the front of the ship, up high. Which some people don't like, but I don't really have issues with seasickness generally, and in a way it doesn't really bother me. My last cruise I was next to the lifts, and it's fine, I don't care. For me, it's good, because it's convenient, because we're close to a lot of the ship's amenities up here. So not too far to go for, you know, food and fun, so not bad at all, if you ask me. I walked from the hotel to the cruise terminal, which took about half an hour. I don't entirely recommend it. The walk from the entrance to the port to the cruise terminal itself is it's not that long, but it's along roads that are obviously designed primarily for shipping traffic. There is a separated mixed-use walkway and cycle path, but it's not the most pleasant walk, but it's totally doable. It's not dangerous or anything. It's just not the most fun thing in the world, but you know, what can you do? But I'm here, and excited to get things started properly. So, my suitcase arrived. Unpacked that. Got my holiday set up on my phone. It's not perfect. We'll get into that probably. For some reason, the menus aren't in there, and I don't think the schedule is either. It's very odd. My holiday is basically the P&O app, but it's not an app. It's one of those microsites that you can only access on the ship's Wi-Fi type things. So it's kind of you operate in the browser, but it acts like it's an app. But yeah, it's not as full featured as it probably could be. So it's, you know, there's some improvement to be had there, I think. But it allows you to make your reservations for your shows and stuff. So that bit seems to work. I haven't gone to my reservation yet, so fingers crossed. But then I popped up to the buffet for my embarkation lunch. Bit of a late lunch, to be honest. Especially because I'm probably going to wind up having dinner quite early too, and because the show reservation I had to get tonight is I think at 8:30 or 8:45 or something like that.
which is slightly earlier than the other ones I've done. I usually either go for an early showing and then have dinner after, or what I'm doing for the rest of them after this one, the late showing, which is after dinner is done anyway, so you know, you can have a later dinner that way. But this one overlaps the end of the dinner service, so I'll have to go at some point. But the sail away is starting in about 10 minutes, so I will probably get changed quickly and then head up to see us pull away, and then figure out what I'm going to do about dinner, I guess. So the show I'm going to see today, he said, consulting the horizon, is Rock On, which it says here at 8:30 p.m. That's what my reservation is for. 4 of the finest vocalists from London's West End. So there's some bad grammar here. It says 4 of the finest vocalists from London's West End biggest rock musicals. I think it should be London's West End's biggest rock musicals. Present a show that is filled with face-melting anthems featuring the biggest hits from Queen, Kiss, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, and more. So, and that's what I'll be doing this evening. Yeah, I guess I should get my skates on. So, see you in a bit. Behold, smart casual mode. There I am. I've gone all American going on holiday or on vacation. Got the floral Hawaiian shirt style thing going on. But it's holiday mode. Hopefully I'm smart enough that they'll actually let me into dinner. So they said open neck shirts. No neck shirt. I'm sure it's fine. I don't know about the jeans. They're supposed to be not light jeans. They seem pretty dark to me, but they're faded in places, so I don't know if they're gonna become a fuss. I guess I could come back and get my dress trousers if they really complain, but I would rather just wear my jeans, so hopefully they're fine. But we'll see. very front. There's nobody else here. Well, there are people behind me, but they're in the ship. It's weird. Anyway, part of the ship. Get out of the way. Sun tonight. Dramatic sky. The back of the ship. Just on this particular deck, there's actually no one here. There's a lot of people down there, but here it's just me. Got this tiny little area to myself. It's very tranquil. Yeah, enjoying more of the views of the sailaway. It's very distracting. I need to. It's 6, 12 past 6 even. I need to get in the virtual queue for dinner at some point, but every time I repositioned myself, there were more incredible views that I needed to capture. Oh, I do like a sail away. Sailing into and out of ports, some of the most exciting parts of the journeys. Hey, I'm on the Promenade deck. I just had dinner in Saffron. I think it was Saffron. If not, it'll say on the screen that it wasn't. I had tomato soup, steak, and vanilla ice cream with a Coke, because that's how I do. And it was really good. The tomato soup was a little bit watery, but I think that's more a taste thing. I think my family tends to have it quite creamy. But the steak was really good. I'd been antsing for a steak for the past few days, so I was really glad to see that was on the menu. So yeah, a good dinner. And now just enjoying the views on the Promenade deck while I wait for the show. It's about 40 minutes from now. Yeah, it's all going alright. Hopefully you can hear me. It's really noisy because, you know, there's the sea and a wind, or the wind, or a wind. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, going good so far. We've got really nice weather, clear views way into the distance. We can see a bunch of ships, islands and so forth. A lot of blue sky, some clouds up there, but they're not like ruining it. They're making the sky look really dramatic. It's great. Yeah,
so far, a really good start to the trip. Well, Rock On were good. Yeah, they put on a really good show. 4 guys from a musical theatre background who got together and formed a group to go around touring, covering rock songs, and they're really good. So that's a good time. It sounds like they do a bunch of different ships and land-based gigs as well. So if you come across them, definitely check them out. They're really fun, and the audience was loving it. So that was a good show. It's a lot of crowd pleasing rock songs. What more do you want? Speaking of music, I forgot to mention this earlier. During dinner, things got a little bit Disney Cruise Line in the restaurant, because I swear they started playing melodic covers of songs from The Lion King. So, like, I'm sure they were playing The Circle of Life, and then sometime later I realised I was pretty sure that Can You Feel the Love Tonight was on. So I was starting to get confused about what cruise line I was on. Not really, but it amused me, that's for sure. I've just come back to the cabin now. The timing on this first night is a little bit awkward because of that show being the slightly earlier one. It's 10 to 9 now. I was dawdling around upstairs for a while. Up on the deck for a while, figuring out what I was going to do. I got back here in part because batteries were starting to complain. So I'm just putting some power in. These sockets, first of all, I've realised that there don't seem to be any at the bed. So that's a little bit irritating because my phone is my alarm, obviously, and it's over here. So not the best, but we can get through. But these sockets in by the desk are a little bit dodgy. Plugging in my master plug. It's got 2 USB ports out. The Apple Watch won't charge properly from there for some reason. Normally it charges from the master plug fine, but maybe there's just slightly too little voltage coming through. So it would start charging and then it would just stop and then immediately start charging again, which didn't seem like a good situation to be in. So I'm charging it from my giant power bank instead, because the battery in the Apple Watch isn't very big anyway. The DJI Pocket does seem to charge okay from Pocket 2 even. It does seem to charge okay from there, so I was going to charge that from the battery, so we'll just swap them, I guess. But I might ask if there's anything that can be done about those sockets, because they're less than ideal. I should have brought another USB adapter as well. Normally I do, but it's not the end of the world. If I desperately need one, I'll get one in Amsterdam, because it's bound to be cheaper than running one on board the ship. Let's be honest. Anyway, enough me rambling. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. I might check out this cabin TV, because these are... I'm the TV guy, these things are fascinating to me. The TV itself is quite old and small, but you know, a lot of cruise ships are like that, apart from the very, very new ones. But hopefully there's some fun to be had on it, and I'll let you know if there is. They have put through at the door the horizon for tomorrow, so I'm going to have a look at that and figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow with my time. I know some of the stuff I'm going to do, which is obviously we're going to arrive in Amsterdam, so I'll probably hop off the ship for a couple of hours. We don't get in until 4:30, so you know, won't have that much time, but I'll probably do something. And before that, though, we are going to be transiting some locks and the canal to get there, so that'll be up on deck time, I think, to see the views. But yeah, it should be a good day. I'll be checking out breakfast for the first time in the buffet. So if you want to see all of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell if you're desperate to know as soon as it comes out. It's up to you. Like the video if you did. If you didn't, you can hit dislike if you want. It doesn't seem to do anything anymore, but you can hit it. I'm sure it'll make you feel better. But you know, if you have criticisms, drop them in the comments, or if you have questions or just random observations, fill your boots. That's what the comments are there for. But yeah, I will see you on the next one, and also check out the HDR companion to this series once it's up, which won't have the full narrative of the trip vlog, but if you've got an HDR display, there's a lot of eye candy, including some from Rock On, so not to be missed. So I'll see you on the next one for the second day, the first full day of Back at Sea, my P&O Ventura cruise to Amsterdam.
It's a three-pronged attack. Subliminal, liminal, and superliminal.
Superliminal?
I'll show you. Hey, you!
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, all right.
I'm in.